Yeah. Ah. That was like the best. It's so funny because Nintendo wasn't even there. I didn't even watch EA's conference really. I got to miss out on Battlefield. I actually got a glimpse of it, Microsoft's conference, and I think the game is going to be fantastic. I hope it buries Call of Duty forever. I'd even watch Ubisoft's conference. Their scripted conference games. Who the fuck says Tango down when they're playing video games? No, I didn't watch that bullshit. I watched Microsoft's full conference and I watched Sony's full conference. And I gotta say, this is the best fucking E3 I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, granted, not seen a lot of E3s. Caught a glimpse of it in 2010, or was it 2011, or was it 2009? It's something like that. I remember watching it, seeing the clown come out on stage from Twisted Metal. Now that was pretty fucking dope. I had a couple of years. I remember Halo 4 was announced. The crowd went wild, because Chief was back. But this takes the fucking cake, and I'm gonna give you two main things, my two favorite things from each conference right now, and then I'm going to talk about the rest of the good things for the entire video. It's going to be a long video, so strap your seats in. Oh god, my room looks like shit. I just woke up and now I'm just doing this video, so don't judge. Don't worry, I'm not going to be begging for donations. I'm actually doing well for myself, even if I don't look that way right now. Anyways, so let's start off with Microsoft since they went first. So my favorite thing from Microsoft's conference was clearly just two things that just literally had me like my legs shaking. Like I was just watching, I'm like, oh, what is this? What is this? Especially with Forza Horizon 2. I was sitting there and just like in awe of how amazing this racing game is going to be. And let's just take in a moment to realize that Forza Horizon for racing games is the real MVP. That's just my opinion. Like, people have been going crazy over GT Sports. Forza fans gloat a lot about motorsport, and then they all have Horizon, but they don't really like go crazy into detail about it, which I always found that weird. Maybe it's because it's just the fanboys, because motorsport's a track racer and GT is a track racer, and we all know Forza. Microsoft wanted to have their own sim racer for their Xbox fans, which is really nice. So Motorsport's been doing great, but I feel like Horizon, just by far the better company, the better game forward. The guys, Playground Games. All right, I know they're not the same guys making. One guy does Motorsports, one guy does Horizon. Honestly, if it were up to me, fuck Motorsport. I would drop Motorsport in a heartbeat. One, because now I have GT to play, but I would drop Motorsport in a heartbeat and keep Horizon, which is safe to say the best fucking racing game this generation as far as Horizon 2, and looking up to be the greatest racing fucking open world sim or whatever you want to call it ever, really. I mean, this game is fucking amazing. I'm looking at it and there's more vehicles, there's a lot more areas. Hopefully they don't charge us for DLC to drive in the desert. I don't think they'll do that. They said this is the biggest, widest Horizon game that they've ever made, and I think these guys are truly ambitious. I wouldn't even care if they're like, okay, we're only having 150 cars or 100 cars. I'd be like, I'm still buying it. I'm putting, I think, well over 100 hours into Forza Horizon 2, and I still feel like I haven't even put nearly enough. I think I'm only like 38% really done with the game. There's so much shit to do, so much content. It's such a fun racer. And now it just seems like there's more exploring you could do with your friends. So, guys, really, I'm super excited for this. I don't know what to say. Expect me to spend $60 on September. So, you can expect that, really. All right, moving on to the next best thing. It's a big elephant in the room, and I think everyone's been touting about it. Everyone wants to give Microsoft a win because of it. I don't even blame them. And I'd say, Xbox Scorpio looks like to be the real deal. It's not 10 teraflops like it was said it was going to be, but there were some sources saying that it was going to be 6, and it looks like it's going to be 6. So those sources got it right, and if it's going to be 6, then well, welcome to 4K gaming console gamers who don't want to move up to a PC. Like, here's your chance, and yeah, expect me to invest my money into this, because like I'm still gonna have my PlayStation, right? And you'll figure out why when I move on to Sony. But I mean, if they're just gonna have the more powerful console, the most powerful console of choice, yeah, I don't know what Sony's gonna do. You know, they didn't show the Neo or whatever. Who knows what the fuck they're gonna do? But I'm just saying right now, if it's the most powerful performance I can get out of consoles, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to play all my multiplats on the Scorpio. That's not even a bet. I mean, that's just common sense. To me, it's common sense. I might as well buy all my fucking multiplats on an Xbox One Scorpio instead of the Neo, if that's the case. I might not even buy a Neo. I don't really fucking know. Like, I'm honestly happy with my PlayStation 4 as it is right now. And if Xbox One Scorpio is going to provide me a more powerful console, then I might just keep the PS4, upgrade the Scorpio, still play all those amazing games that I just witnessed at Sony's show, because they brought the fucking games. They didn't bring a console, they brought the fucking games. For me, I was like, yo, every fucking game looks A-list. Getting into it, I'm getting into that later though. I have still haven't touched my 2 favorite things, but this Xbox One Scorpio is going to be amazing. Even if you're not getting like 4K gaming for every fucking game, because I know some games are going to be graphically demanding, it'd be hard. I can imagine it'd be hard to do. You're still going to get like easy 1080p 60 frames per second on every fucking game, everything. And I'm wondering if you could even now like play with your fucking settings. This also gets me to wonder, whatever happened to them selling parts, are they still going to do that? And then also, like, to me, I hate to be the fucking party pooper, but Xbox One S for me is just like I don't give a shit. I don't give 2 flying fucks about it. To me, it's a waste of money, but that's my opinion, and I don't really need to get into it because my opinion's my opinion. It's not the part of the opinion I want to share, because I bet I'd be upsetting some people. So I'll just leave that topic alone. I just think it's really stupid, but whatever. I'll let the billionaires, decide what to do with their money. Okay, so moving on to Sony. Okay, my 2 favorite things about Sony's conference, easy. I'm just gonna fucking flat out say it. It's God of War, right? Although I do want to see some improvements on certain things. I want to know certain things before I go around touting that this fucking game is gonna be like the God of Wars, like on the level, at any level really. I mean, all the God of Wars are fucking good, but is this even going to be on the God of War level? It's different. We all know it's different. People are saying it's like The Last of Us. I mean, over the shoulder look, it doesn't really make it The Last of Us. I'm getting more like a Resident Evil vibe and a Hellblade vibe. That's my opinion. Alright, and then the best game in my opinion that was shown, that was actually barely shown. But to me, it's going to be like the best fucking game in my opinion. That was at all the conferences. Is Spider-Man. I mean, it's Spider-Man, and it's Spider-Man, and it's fucking Spider-Man. It's Queens, New York. Spider-Man, probably gonna be delivering pizza and shit. Oh god, Trump likes to say, "Make America great again." Well, I'm not a politician. I'm just a gamer. So make Spider-Man great again, Sony. You have no release dates for the game. But I can imagine that Insomniac is probably going to get this game done by 2017. I could totally see this game being released in the holiday of 2017. I mean, remember, that was the B team that made Ratchet and Clank. And by the way, Insomniac is such an amazing developers. They make some amazing games. Underrated series like Resistance. Fucking a game that didn't sell that well but was amazing. Sunset Overdrive. A great remake like Ratchet and Clank. My opinion, Insomniac is 2 for 2 this generation. They made Sunset Overdrive, which is an amazing open world game. To this day, I still like to turn on my Xbox One and play. And Ratchet and Clank. The remake was really good for $40. And God, if that really was the B team, Like I've been told by everybody, like I've researched by everybody, that really was just the B team. I'm going to have absolute faith in their A team to get this game out to us soon, and on top of that, well finished as well. A great fucking game too. I'm sure. I mean, God, like I don't understand. Like I was watching some live streams and like some of these Xbox guys were just like they're like, oh, they're using Sony. Like this is, I mean, Sony's using Spider-Man. This has gotten really low for them. Like, why? They own Spider-Man. Like, it's actually fucking retarded for you to complain about Sony to use something that they own. I mean, last time I checked, Sony owns Master Chief, and they use Master Chief. So why the fuck would Sony not use Spider-Man? Like, it's almost like, why did it have to take this long to even get Spider-Man? Like, we got these shitty-ass Spider-Man games from these fucking movies after Spider-Man 2, and they just been shit. And then, like, you got the other ones, like Shattered Dimensions and Web of Shadow, whatever, which were good, but they never gave you that feel you got from Spider-Man 2. I mean, let's face it, the movies haven't really been as good since Spider-Man 2 as well. But I think this is the year of the Spider-Man. You got Civil War, Spider-Man kicking ass. You got Homecoming coming out in 2017. I believe you got the one with Miles Morales. That is the African-American Spider-Man. He's having his own cartoon movie. I'm not sure if it's releasing this year or next year. And then Spider-Man, whatever the fuck this one's going to be called, just call it The Amazing Spider-Man, or do it Spider-Man and Miles Morales. It wouldn't be that bad to keep adding more black protagonists. That's not really my go-to thing, but you know, at this point, when we see Watch Dogs, you see Battlefield, and you know, everyone's been losing their minds over Black Panther with the Civil War. You know, it's like it's really nice to see more variety of superheroes that are protagonists. Hey, I was all for Starhawk, and some people were upset about him being a black protagonist. I don't see the fucking problem, really. I mean, he's a much better protagonist than them portraying the gangsters like they did in San Andreas, which is like, everyone loved that shit, right? But then when you got a guy who's well-mannered, like in Starhawk, everyone loses their shit. I don't really want to get too political, but let's just say I fucking hate racist, and I hate it when I see it in things that I love, such as comic books, movies, and video games. I try to keep those things out all the time, and yeah. Oh yeah, where's my Hispanic superheroes? All I got is Rico from Just Cause. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, my friends tell me I should be happy with Rico because he's a pretty badass. But anyways, like I said, I don't want to get into this whole thing. But yeah, Spider-Man, my fucking god. Like, he's running through the fucking... You see him running on the tables and all that, and he's beating people up out the cars. It's just like the Spider-Man that had it perfect in Spider-Man 2 from what I played on the PS2. Which, by the way, I still have Spider-Man, the OG one, on the OG Xbox. And it's still fun to this day. And I hope they add in the web swinging mechanics where he's not just fucking invisibly hanging to the sky. Like, he gets it off the buildings and shit. I think they're going to do a great job making a good fucking Spider. I mean, like I said, it's Insomniac. I really don't have to say anymore. I'm just... It's literally to this point where I have so much faith in Insomniac, where I trust the Spider-Man game to deliver a 10 to me, a 9 to me, or shit, an 8.5. Expect like that. Like, I don't mean like I don't care if they get those. I'm just saying, like, to me, like, to make me say this game was like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. I think they're gonna make me say that. Said that pretty much about all their fucking games this gen. And then yeah, like, I have more faith in them than I do in God of War. In what's it called? Santa Monica Studios. Yeah, I am excited for them to release their game. God of War is probably going to come on late 2017. I think. Oh yeah, by the way, finally, Last Guardian's coming out on PlayStation 4. Ooh, finally. You know, it's only about fucking time. But anyways, I have more faith in Spider-Man than I do in God of War, because, like, in that little trailer that showed me for Spider-Man, I feel like I saw more. I saw the web swinging, which looked good. I saw him fighting people, beating people up on the cars, which is good. They showed a pizza shop, which means... sorry guys, my fucking... what's it called? Goddamn commentary went out. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. So, I only got like, yeah, I got a good amount of time. Anyway, so my point is I have tremendous faith in Spider-Man, and I'm excited, and I was a Marvel fan. It's a Marvel first fan because I'm also a DC fan. As a Marvel first fan, it's nice to see that Marvel can make games that are on the level of what Rocksteady created for Batman. Hopefully. I don't really want to go out there and be that fucking guy. But like I said, I just trust Insomniac that much. So yeah, so these conferences, alright, the best games that I saw from both of these conferences, number 1 is Spider-Man. That's just my opinion. Number 2, which I have tremendous faith in, is Forza Horizon 3 by far. I mean, this game is just ridiculously amazing, and I really hope this one not only just sells better, I really want people to realize that Horizon is just better than Motorsport. But that's me, though. The thing is, though, like I know to the general public it will be, because the hardcore guys are the ones that sit with the steering wheels racing on the tracks like professionals. They don't really tend to do that in Forza Horizon, although they'd be good at that as well. What I'm saying is, for everybody, Forza Horizon is a better game. I'm just waiting for people to fucking realize it. Like, yeah, I'm always gonna down talk Motorsport. This is not my fault though. Microsoft decided to name this one excuse me. They wanted to name the series 2 different versions of it, and instead of just naming like a new IP. So now I'm just like, I know I have to wait for Horizon every fucking year because they have to do Motorsport due to budgeting, due to timing, and all that shit. Now I really just don't want a fucking Motorsport anymore. Like, you're telling me I could have had Forza Horizon 3 last year, but now I had to wait it because of Motorsport, which I don't know. I mean, shit, I even get this feeling about GT. I'm not even sure if I'm even going to buy GT, really. I might just gotta see how Forza Horizon, if Forza Horizon 3 delivers to the max, then yeah, then bye-bye GT, see you another year. But yeah, and then I had to say the next one be a toss-up between, you know, it's crazy because I'd even mentioned Dead Walking, whatever the fuck that game is. The game looks pretty fucking cool. I just want to see what you could do in that world. Now, they showed you that a tremendous amount of fucking zombies are going to chase after you, and you had the ability to take those guys out. That game looks like it's not going to come out until, again, 2017. I'd say late, because the zombies are dropping like flies when you shoot them. You can shoot them in the knee and they fall down. People notice that. And then people have also said it looks extremely easy. I think it's easier to kill a zombie, but when you have that many zombies, the pressure's on. Like, you're not gonna... Remember, these guys, these developers know what's going to happen. You're going to get your ass chewed up, by the way. If that was any other gamer playing the fucking game, at that live demo of Dead Don't Walk or whatever, or Dead Don't Ride, Sony Ben's new IP, that guy did a tremendous job. I would have been nervous. I would have been like, what the fuck? But clearly he had prep time like Batman and knew exactly what he was doing. And the game, like I said, it shows like it's going to have a lot of promise, like the motorcycle. And again, people are hating on it, saying it's like, oh, they're copying The Last of Us. Like, bro, what? Like, did you even play The Last of Us? Like, you played The Last of Us, you dealt with like 5 zombies tops. Like, this is like looking like to be like 500 on the screen at a time. Like, this shit is crazy. And you want to sit there and tell me that this is like, this reminds you of a game that you played called The Last of Us. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm the president. I'm the fucking district manager. I'm your bank. I'm your landlord. I'm your fucking conscience, telling you to stop being retarded. All right, like, come on. I'm just ranting right now, but I'm also a little amazed by the stupidity that I just said. Somebody said that The Last of Us reminds them of Dead Don't Walk because it's the third-person zombie game. I mean, for a lack of an imagination, clearly, you know, one would make that connection. It's almost like as bad as a kid seeing a yellow popsicle stick and saying, "This is exactly like the sun." That's fuck it. Maybe that analogy's too much for you guys. But point is, Dead Don't Walk, Dead Don't Ride, Dead Walking, whatever. That looks cool. Alright, so Detroit, another game that looks pretty cool. Sea of Thieves, a game that looks like it's going to be really fun for people like friends, that little Minecraft crowd, or the Ark Survival crowd. I think those guys are going to really enjoy that game. Scalebound, again, it's like every time I see this game, it's not for me. Although I gotta say, the graphics and the performance of the game looks tremendously better. I'll give them that. Gears of War, top notch. We all knew Gears of War was going to be amazing. Not much for me to say because they showed the campaign, but meh. I'm gonna have it regardless. I'm going to play it regardless. Look for my first impressions instead of this video if you really want me to know how I feel about Gears of War. It's more the same, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be good. I think it's going to be tremendous. I think it's going to be awesome. It looks a lot better too, if I may add. God of War, over the shoulder fighting, boss fights. I don't know, man. I don't know. They literally showed us small, but what they showed us was actually looking quite amazing. Probably, like, if the game ends up looking like that, it's going to be the best fucking looking game for that resolution. Whatever it's going to be running on. Game looks amazing. Detroit, wow, look how many options you could have for Detroit. Look into that. It's like, can you have a gun? Should you not have a gun? Should you lie? So many different outcomes. They showed us like 12 different outcomes for literally one scenario. And I'm looking forward to that game too, to see what else they have. Last Guardian comes out in October. That's cool. I wish I would have seen more though. Won't talk much about it. And then what else did Sony show? Oh yeah, and then Recore. Recore looks really nice. Actually, I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. On Microsoft's games. We Happy Few looks like a game I'd really enjoy. Probably gonna buy that game. Looks like a really good mystery. There's some PlayStation game I'm missing. Oh yeah, it is so bizarre and weird. It's that fucking Hideo Kojima game. Anyways, that one, I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm running out of time, so let me just wrap this up and say that I don't know about that game. I just need to see gameplay before I say anything. Everyone's losing their shit over a naked Norman Reedus. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, it's your boy MOJO. Mojo Siesta. I'm glad you guys made it through to this part of the video because it's a long fucking video. But anyways, you guys have a good one. Cheers to you. Peace out.